Hey everyone, George here and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about a 75-gallon tank that I just got recently and I'm going to start scaping soon. And this is going to be all about wild angelfish. When we come back, we're going to dive into that. Hang in there with me and we'll be right back. Hey everyone, George here and welcome back to the channel. So I want to talk today about a 75-gallon that I'm going to be setting up, and I want to get some ideas from you, my followers, as to what I might do with that 75. The discus thing has sort of taken its journey, and of course I will always be raising the discus, but I'd like to do something a little bit different. And the thought is that perhaps I would be working on making a tank that involved wild angels of some kind. Now I have a couple of varieties in mind here. Of course the Ultim always comes to mind, and the red shoulder angelfish is another one of my favorites, but I would like to figure out what you think a 75-gallon would do well with as far as an angelfish goes. Now I know that these fish can be very tall and long in that sense, so this is a deep tank. It is going to be 75 gallons. It will be just over 18.5 inches tall, and it will also be an all-in-one system, which would be a peninsula, so that you can see through front and back, because this is going to be a display tank where you can walk around it, and hopefully the scape will be beautiful wherever you go in the room. And I want this to be as natural as I can possibly get it, and as simple as I can possibly get it, but yet keeping in the tradition of having a well-scaped tank, one that follows the golden ratio and really gives your eye the opportunity to see something very beautiful, very extraordinary. And I have not scaped a tank now in probably 6 to 8 months, so it has been a while for me because I have been, of course, working a lot with my discus. Now this tank here was scaped, and it was a holding tank, and as you know, the people who follow me at least know that I ended up using this tank for the wild discus that I ended up with here that were given to me, and they have done very well in here. I have no plans to change it anytime soon, but I really want to do something very different. When we come back, I want to explain a little bit more about this tank and what my ideas are as far as it being a community tank and the types of fish that I would like to see in here. And I would like your comments and your input as well. So when we come back, we'll talk about that a little bit more. Hang in there with me. So as I said in my intro, and the first segment of the video here, is that I did want to do something a little bit different, something I haven't done before, and that is work with angelfish. I've had angelfish in the past, but they've never been a showcase fish. They have never been the centerpiece fish of the tank for me. They have always been in a community tank where they are just in the mix of things. This one, I'd really like to make a beautiful tank out of it and have these wild angels as the centerpiece of the tank. Now, I've seen some beautiful tanks out there that are pretty bare bones, and I know that in the environment that wild angels live in, we often see them in situations where they're in the mangroves, or they're in parts of the Amazon where they're in a tributary of some sort where there's not a lot of foliage and that sort of thing around them. So the important thing for me is to capture that sort of environment and give you, the viewer, an opportunity to see that tank as natural as I possibly can. So I know that the scape on this is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be a heavily planted tank. It's going to be a roomy tank. It's going to use rock and wood with a few plants here and there just to give it some life. But I really would like to see a very beautiful sandy bottom on this tank, and lots of quarries that are native to the part of the Amazon where whatever angel I decide I want to use will come from that area. Also, I would like to know from you what is the best tetra to use as a dither fish or as a community fish to go with these angels, so that we can make it as authentic as possible. I thought about cardinal tetras, I've thought about rummy nose tetras, I've thought about black neon tetras, and I've thought about just plain old neon tetras, but I'm not sure that that is the perfect fish to go with these wild angels. And I'd like to get your input and get comments from you as to what you would like to see, because I want you to be very much a part of this, so that when I do present this tank and uncover what I've done here, it will look very much like what you had hoped it would look like. So that's important to me, and I hope that in doing so I will be able to capture the essence of a piece of the Amazon that I think will be very beautiful. Now, like I said, wild angels do not have a tremendous amount of color. I would like to see the ultims in there, because I like that pink sort of dorsal fin on the top, and with the red shoulders, of course, if you get the bright red shoulders, it can be very beautiful with that just red area just behind the head, or actually behind the head and into the head area. That can be very beautiful. I do have a group of 5 of the red shoulders, but they've never developed the red that I've always wanted them to have, and I don't think that they will, because they're well over a year old now, and they're quite large, and they just have not presented themselves with that sort of look. So if you have any other ideas on another type of wild angel that you think would work better and have more color, I'm all completely interested in hearing your comments and your ideas on what that fish might be. And hopefully it would be something that I would be able to get. I know I can get the red shoulder, I know I can get the ultims, but again, if there's something that you think is prettier, and but I do want to stay on the side of the wild. I don't want to dip into mixed hybrid. I'm having a hard time speaking tonight, but hybrid fish that have been played around so much that they're just all over the place as to what kind of angels they are. I'm not interested in that. I really want something authentic, and I want something that is going to be very beautiful in the big picture, as far as the ability to look at the tank and see the natural piece of the Amazon that I'm trying to go for here. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention to you before I go is we have a drawing on December 24th. There was not a lot of participation in this video. I have no idea. In fact, it was one of the lowest watched videos that I've had in a long time, and it clearly stated on there that I was giving away something. I want to bring that out to you. This guy right here will be given away in a drawing on the 24th of December. Now, this is the Siche Whale 200, And this is brand new. This has never even been opened. It's never been used. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's just something that I was given, and I have not used it myself, so I thought I would give it away. I still want to do that, but I would like more participation in this before I give it away. So if you have not seen the video regarding the giveaway of this and the rules that go with it, please make sure you go to that video, which I will have down in the description area, and you can go in and hit the like button there. There's 3 rules on this: is to watch the video, to like the video, and make a comment either in this video here that I'm doing now, or preferably in that particular video, so that we can not have to go back and forth and take and do a drawing from 2 different videos. So I'd like to get 5,000 people to look at this video, to like it, and to leave a comment. We don't have a lot of time left here. We only have a couple of weeks before this drawing. So if you have not already participated in this and you are interested in getting this external canister filter made by Scape, like I said, it's the Whale 200, please go to that video and check in and do whatever it tells you in that video that's necessary to get your name in that drawing. There is nobody at this point that has an upper hand on winning this, so you know, there's plenty of time left for you to get in on it as well. Anyways, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to set this down because it's a little heavy. But thank you for joining me today, and I appreciate it again on this Angel tank on the 75-gallon Peninsula that I'm going to be putting together here in the next few weeks. I'd really like your input on it. I'd like your comments, and tell me what you think would be a beautiful tank in your mind. Again, this will be a deep tank. There'll be plenty enough room for any angelfish in there. I'm thinking of a group of 7 to 10 maybe that we can put together in that tank, and I would like to have as much of a participation as I possibly can in the comment section to get some ideas on what the best type of wild angel would be good for this tank. So leave your comments down below. Please give me a like on this, give me a thumbs up if you can, and also, like I said, leave the comments. And if you have not subscribed to the channel is growing. I would appreciate you subscribing, and the more you subscribe, the more opportunities I have with people who are willing to sort of give me an opportunity to try their products out and be a sponsor here on the channel, and then I can do more giveaways as well. I do have a couple more giveaways that are coming up. That is also mentioned in that video regarding this tank canister, excuse me, for an external canister for a tank that probably goes up to about 50 gallons, I would say. I wouldn't do any more than 50 gallons. I think it's rated at 65, but I would not try to push it beyond 50. But again, there are some other things that are going to be given away in the weeks to come, and if you want to get in on those things, leave a comment down below, as I said, and hit the like, the comments, and also complete the video, because there are some instructions at the kind of last 5 minutes of that video that are very important to get you qualified to win that or get a drawing. I shouldn't say win, because it's not a win. It's really just a drawing of something. I'm trying to be nice and give some things away for the wonderful participation that I've had from people who watch the channel and have been constant followers and who have really helped the channel grow. So thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. please know that we will do that drawing on the 24th. Also, let me know about the wild angels that you prefer and what other fish other than the Corys and the cleanup crew. I've got that handled, but I'd like to know what kind of tetra you think would go well with these angels to make this tank as authentic as possible. Thank you for joining me again today. We will see you on the next one. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday if I do not see you before then. Until then, we are out of here.